Hello and welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton, and today's album is an album that has received a little bit of criticism. It's kind of loved, revered, criticized, all of the above. This is the 1988 solo album, self-titled Brian Wilson. It's actually his first official solo album. It was released on July 12th, 1988. Now, the reason why people are really mixed about it, this is when Brian was really head deep in the care of Dr. Eugene Landy, who the controversial psychologist that really had a stronghold on Brian, and a lot of people question his motives and what all was behind it. But this was released on Sire Records, and despite all of the things, it actually was voted as one of the best albums of '88, and it was kind of nicknamed Pet Sounds '88. I think that's a bit of a stretch. I think the album is a nice album. It's got some really good songs, some great collaborations. But because of Dr. Landy's involvement, and this is kind of where a lot of the problems come from, he's listed as the executive producer. A lot of people know that Dr. Landy did not have really any musical inclinations, despite what he said. It's credited as produced, the executive producer, Dr. Eugene Landy, produced by also Russ Titleman with Warner Brothers, Lenny Waronker, Andy Paley, and Jeff Lynne actually was involved. But part of it was Dr. Landy and his control. He didn't want Brian to get too comfortable with any one studio. He didn't want him to get comfortable with any one collaborator. So Brian was very limited to the contact and the amount of work that he could do on the album. And so the album has mixed results to me. There's really some great songs on here, and I enjoy the album for what it is. It's very dated. It has an 80s sound, 80s production. But the opening track, Love and Mercy, has kind of become a Brian Wilson sort of standard. But also stuff like Melt Away, which is just a beautiful ballad. Like any Brian Wilson, there's a lot of harmony, a lot of vocal, layered vocals, things like that. Let It Shine is the track that was done with Jeff Lynne. Very much a Jeff Lynne sounding track. And of course the album closes with Rio Grande, which is Brian sort of returning to the expanded sort of production and song techniques that he had started with Smile, just piecing together different pieces of different songs and making it one complete thought. So I applaud the sort of overall effort on Brian's part to do something, and I really admire the fact that as a solo album, it was a big deal. Now, this album was reissued on Record Store Day recently, an expanded edition from Rhino Records. Funny enough, it was on a colored vinyl. I'll show it to you guys. It's a nice marbled set. And the first album has the album proper. The second had a lot of the B-sides and outtakes. But most notably, they took Dr. Landy's name off of it. I think it's very telling that I don't think there is the original thank you credit where he thanks Dr. Landy. Dr. Landy for saving my life and inspiring, overseeing, and fighting for me in this entire album. But I think that is the only real acknowledgement to Dr. Landy, because the original album, the original '88 album, Dr. Landy was credited as a co-writer for a lot of the tracks. So there's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo and stuff. So the album is mixed, and I think people's reactions to it are mixed, and understandably so. But if you get beyond the very dated production and everything and just get to the heart of the songs themselves, I think you will find that this is a lovely album. It's definitely worthy of the Brian Wilson name. It has a lot of the Brian Wilson sort of hallmarks that people love, beautiful singing and arrangements, and just a lot of synthesizers. It'd be nice to hear this album sort of done with more sort of natural or acoustic instruments than all the synthesizers and electronic drums and things like that. But it does have a lot of big production and sort of the stuff that Brian Wilson has been known for. So Brian Wilson's self-titled 88 is today's daily record. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I love interacting with you guys. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. But in the meantime, I will see you guys again tomorrow with another daily record.